Hello everyone, can you hear me? Yes. Hello everyone! Yes. Hey, that's better, that's better. Hi, my name is Matt Fisher and I'm the lead imaging producer for BBC Radio 1, 1 Extra, Radio 2, 6 Music and Asian Network, but today I'm here to just talk about my one true love and my true passion, and that is BBC Radio 1. But before we begin, it was Radio 1's 50th birthday last year. You've got Nick Grimshaw, the present, you've got Tony Blackburn, the past, and to kind of celebrate that fact, my team made this.
10 seconds to go before Radio 1, Tony Blackburn. Stand by for switching, get tuned to Radio 1 or 2, 5, 4, 3. Radio 1, go. Go, 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 go.
The voice of Radio 1. Woke up one morning, half asleep.
Welcome to the exciting new sound of Radio 1.
Music, music, music.
Music, music, music. Listen to the music.
Radio 1.
And now the story so far.
How you doing, gang? All right? All right? All right? All right?
This could be massive.
The Radio 1 Roadshow. London calling to the faraway towns. England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales.
More rock than you can handle.
275-285.
Britain's favorite music.
Three, two, one.
Britain's favorite radio.
Radio 1.
Stop showing off.
In the 90s.
Ooh la la la, it's the way that we rock.
Entertainers.
Radio 1. This is very exciting. Ooh la 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 la.
As we continue.
Like a pose, there's nothing to it. Oh, it's a big album, isn't it?
Two trailer park girls go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside.
I say, don't you know?
This is Radio 1.
Got me looking so crazy right now. Your love's got me looking so crazy right now.
You say you don't know.
Good morning, everybody.
There's a fire starting in my heart.
Let the music soothe you.
I need a one dance.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to the exciting new sound of Radio 1.
Big for your boots.
I've just done something spectacularly stupid. I rather suspect that the record that is playing on the radio, I just
So, what am I kind of getting at by playing you that? The fact is, at Radio 1, we are always on a journey, constantly. We're evolving the station, the DJs, the music, and the station imaging. And today's aim is no different, really. We've been told by Bob Shannon to keep reinventing and to grow radio, and that is our absolute kind of passion at the moment. And today I wanted to zoom in on a few highlights of that kind of evolution of our station sound, and three things that have really kind of excited me recently, and that's, we've had a dabble with binaural imaging, which is a bit weird. We tried some live imaging, and we've done some harmonic imaging, which Stephen was just talking about. Firstly, does anyone know what binaural is? No, me neither. Basically, it is a way of kind of doing sound recording with two microphones where your kind of ears are. So you can, when you're listening on a headphone environment, you can place voices and sound in really interesting places around your head. And that really excited me. So I said to the team, can we create a package that is binaural? And we were like, do you know what, we can. We chose the Essential Mix, which is a dance music show. The reason we chose this show is because lots of the audience were listening to it via headphones. So we thought, do you know what, we can bring something a bit different to this experience, to kind of change the experience for these listeners. And before I play it, here's the disclaimer. Binaural doesn't work when you play it in a room like this to a bunch of people, because it is designed for headphones. So I'll play it to you, and then afterwards I will tell you how amazing it actually was if you were listening on headphones.
Radio 1.
This one
Radio 1. Radio 1.
is essential.
Radio 1. Radio 1.
So, had you been listening via your headphones, the ones would have been kind of moving around, the spinning would have been going around the back of your head, and it really does kind of change the way that the music kind of responds to the imaging. It's very interesting. Obviously, we learnt that it doesn't really work when you play it out with stereo, but it does work when you're in that really intimate environment. And strangely, the kind of music almost lives in the middle, and the imaging lives around in its own kind of space around your head. So that was one thing that really excited me. Another thing we've been having a go at is doing some live imaging. This is Scott Mills and Chris Stark, and they did a one-off show for charity called 24-Hour Lolathon, and it was basically them trying to stay on air for 24 hours telling jokes. So I said, can we get rid of some of the just kind of normal imaging that we've got on the station, and can we get like a live voiceover in, which is kind of what TV does, right? It's like continuity, I guess. So we sat a voiceover in a studio. We invented a slightly annoying character. Apologies, that's we made him American. But he was quite sort of a brash character. And we sat there writing live links, kind of top of hours, guest introductions, and it kind of spiraled, and the voiceover basically became like an extended member of the show, as you'll hear.
Right, we've got something quite exciting now. You've been hearing this guy every time we've been talking about this marathon broadcast we're going to do.
Radio 1's 24-hour Lolathon for Red Nose Day.
Great news is, he is now here live. So
I can't believe this.
Anything that we need Adam to say, his name's Adam, he can do. Hello there.
Howdy, 23 hours to go.
Nice. Is that your actual voice? Can you imagine when he orders a curry or something like that, what it must be like for his friends?
Yeah. 2 Vindaloos and 3 papadums.
I love this.
Hold the yogurt.
Now, we have Dr. Christian here. Hello.
Hello.
Thanks so much for coming in. So if you could please introduce our next guest, please, voiceover man.
Okie dokie. Our next guest has an embarrassingly beautiful body. Shame about the shirts. We've been lolling at his show for years. Ladies and gentlemen, Lolathoners, it's Dr. Christian Jessup!
Yay! Now this is
that was immense.
This is my favourite thing that we've got a live voiceover. This is so good.
This is awesome.
Thanks, Adam.
At your service.
Okay, how long are you going to stay around for?
As long as you need me.
Oh, so good.
I can't believe he's real.
He's real.
And that was the first time he appeared on air, and then obviously we stayed on for quite a long time, introducing more and more guests, doing live top of hours, and sometimes when Scott needed to go to the toilet, he would just say, you know, fade up the mic, and we would basically have to like fill a link and kind of make stuff up. So it was quite an interesting process. It was really fun. It was incredibly reactive. You know, we could really react to what was going on in the studio. And it did add that kind of new dimension to the live environment. But it was very tiring and scary at times because Adam, our voiceover, is very confident, very happy to be on air, and you never know when he might say shit or bollocks. And it's like, oh God, you know, just don't swear. Another area that's really kind of inspired me recently is the harmonic imaging kind of concept that Stephen was just talking about. And at Radio 1, it's really hard to kind of turn a big ship like that station, and to get something like that off the ground is really hard because, you know, sometimes DJs don't necessarily understand it. But I sort of set this task, you know, can we change the feel of the network by matching the musical key of the music and the imaging? And this guy is Greg James, and he is a super geek, and he is the perfect guinea pig for us. So we kind of chose him. We taught him the harmonic mixing wheel, and what we've done is we've given Greg talk over beds, basically in every single key, and then he can kind of move between, you know, kind of doing that mood boost or whatever. So I'll just play you a quick example of it right now.
Morning, she's calling, I'm yawning.
That is Rams and Barking. This is
BBC Radio 1.
And it's 4:15. I hope you're all well. Welcome to the show. Loads going on between now and 7 o'clock tonight. BBC One on Twitter. Anything from your life, of course, as well. Any big news for you? Let me know. 81199 and welcome.
Greg James, Radio 1.
Baby, I'm playing on you tonight. Hunt you down, eat you alive, just like animals.
This is
Greg James.
Radio 1.
So he's basically just kind of picking on a number system. He's going, right, my outro ident is 11A, and my song is 11A or whatever. I'll just go into it. So let's have one more.
Radio 1.
From the east side of America, where we choose pride of character.
And again, it's the kind of thing we learn with this is that it does really work, but it is only that kind of extra 5%. It's a really subtle kind of change. But it is absolutely worth it, and I will be trying to teach each and every single one of our DJs this system so that they have the power to kind of enhance the network that little bit more and kind of do a mood boost or kind of suck the energy out deliberately. But that's not all we've been up to over the last 18 months. We haven't just been mucking around trying experimental weird stuff. We have focused on some of the really good old-fashioned elements of radio, if you like, that kind of learning from the past. We've actually created a Sonic 1 at Radio 1 because we haven't got a logo anymore. And I've been at the station for about 13 years now, and I was responsible for kind of taking away and destroying our logo, if you like, over the last decade. And now it's time to kind of rebuild that and bring that back. So the first part of that was to identify a common word in our sort of station name. Obviously the 1 is really important. So we kind of developed this Sonic 1. 1! And it's just a kind of treatment that we use on the word. 1! And what we're doing is we're now incorporating that into every single time we say 1 in BBC Radio 1. And that's going to become a really big thing that we keep developing as we push forward, because I do understand the importance of having a logo, and this is the kind of rebirth of the Radio 1 logo, if you like. Another thing we've been really doing is making really powerful show openers, and there's this one here that is from Nick Grimshaw.
Morning, Grimmy! The Radio 1 breakfast show in the morning.
Morning, Grimmy, it's me, Rita.
Wake up when you wake up, stay up. We're the best, don't play yourself.
In the morning.
Good morning, Harry Styles.
Good morning.
Hey yo, check this out, it's all about Nick Grimshaw and his DJ Khaled.
Another one.
The Radio 1 Breakfast Show with
Nick Grimshaw.
It's really the best.
Morning, everybody. Friday morning. It is 6:33 on BBC Radio 1. So how are you? Hope you are feeling good this morning.
So we're doing a lot of that across the network to kind of really bring back the impact and the music flow and the pace. Another thing we're doing at Radio 1, I think I stood up here a couple of years ago in Paris and I was like, we haven't even got power intros on Radio 1 anymore. We need to bring them back because we need to focus on the live listen and make it a much more engaging, slick process. So now we've got hundreds of
BBC 1.
Sonic 1 in there.
BBC Radio 1.
Diamonds up and down my chain.
BBC 1.
Man on the road, he doing promo.
BBC
Radio 1.
BBC Radio 1.
So obviously power intros are a massive deal for us in like increasing music flow. Another trick that we do at Radio 1 is we love to build talk over loops onto the front of records. So for example, the track I'll play you now, it doesn't actually have an intro, so we kind of manufacture our own, as Greg James will now demonstrate.
Good. 1! Mumford & Sons, I Will Wait. Good afternoon, everybody. Hi, Matt in Essex, who says, Gregory, I have exciting news. I've always listened to your show, but the last hour, I've started a new job, which finishes at 4, which means I can hear the whole thing. Welcome aboard, Matt. I want your review at 10 to 7 tonight, please. We'll call you.
Take a seat.
Could have been a tiny bit tighter, right? An extra half a second on that link. But we love Greg. Another thing we're doing is we're pre-building 15-minute music sweeps, and I think there's kind of a common theme sort of appearing here and in all the stuff we're doing. We're just now really focusing at Radio 1 on that live listening experience, and we're trying to make it as slick, as tight, and as kind of forward pushing as we possibly can. And the results are, hooray, it's working! So these are our radars from the last 4 quarters, and obviously you can see they are going up, which is fantastic news. And kind of spending a very long time at Radio 1, I've kind of come to the conclusion that we are always going to be on this sonic journey. We're always going to be developing. It's never quite the end. We'll never quite get to where we want to be with anything, but we've got to just keep pushing forward. We've got to do our kind of key objective, which is reinventing ourselves. But we definitely need to look to the future. So things like now that are really exciting me are like kind of all these voice-activated devices. Where do we live in that kind of world? That's something we definitely need to focus on. But we do need to embrace the past. And I talk from experience there of things like sonic logos and bringing back power intros. That is absolutely what we need to be doing to kind of push forward and get this graph going up and up and up. Thank you.